Good Shepherd, fourth in the Angel of Death series, coming December 9th.
Hi everyone! Welcome back to another episode of the Composition of Imagination. As always, I'm your host, Stevie Jo, and this is the show where we do a deep dive into my writing process, the world of Angel of Death that I've created. Heavy focus on the world of Angel of Death because that is a big thing right now. And today I am joined by one of my book guardians, Tasha. You will notice Jason is absent. That's because what we're talking about today, he actually did not get to participate in the con that we went to. It was called Comic Search. Took place here in Kentucky in Nicholasville at the Jessamine County Public Library. Honestly, I mean, we can go ahead and dive right in because honestly, I thought it was a fantastic con.
I thought it was great.
And the special thing about this con, for us anyway, was that we were invited to come. We did not know this con was happening. It's their 6th year, but again, it doesn't take place in Lexington. So there is that town disconnect.
Yeah.
I don't know who talked about us or whatever, but we got invited to come and exhibit at the con, and it was fantastic. Just awesome.
Their library was absolutely gorgeous.
I would have died for a library like this as a kid.
Yeah.
Like it was
beautiful. So it is so, I don't almost want to say like massive. It was so big.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel, you weren't overwhelmed because when you walked in about how big it was.
Yeah, it still had that coziness.
It still had that coziness, but it was nice and spread out. You didn't feel like you were on top of it. Like, I feel like if we were just there going to the library, I wouldn't feel like I'm on top of other people. Yeah. It was big but nice and cozy.
Yeah. And the areas where they had everybody. So basically what we wanted to do today is a kind of a retrospective, just to give you guys an idea. We just wanted to retrospectively talk about our experience with the con, mainly answering a couple questions of how did we enjoy it? Did the sales pan out and make it worthwhile? And would we go back? Those are like the 3 key components. And so just to answer some of the first one about like how it was, I mean, really, this place, they had everything set up so nicely.
Yeah. There
was outdoor stuff, and they even had a tent because, you know, we're up here in Kentucky in October. It is, on some days it can be really chilly, some days it can be warm. Yeah. So they had a tent prepared for everybody in case of weather or anything like that. And some vendors were out there, and they had a food truck out there. They had the 501st, which if you guys watching this and listening don't know anything, the 501st Legion from Star Wars, they've got, it's my understanding that they're like the Ghostbusters. They've got branches all in all the states and stuff, and you can join and become a member.
Yeah.
And so they were there, and they had like the super cool Droideka replica and all of that. They had kits. Yeah, that was really cool. So they brought in a lot of really cool stuff. And then inside the library, they had their main hall where they were doing all the activities.
Yeah.
And like the costume contest and all kinds of stuff. And then as you walked into where the books and stuff are, is where they had the rest of the vendors.
Yeah.
And so we chose to be inside just because I wasn't sure what the weather would be like. It was just so well put together. And I'm sad that I haven't heard about it before.
Yeah. And I love even the flow from going inside and outside was so, like, I really did not feel like there really wasn't any congestion to what I saw, especially because I know like when you get inside and you get a bunch of people, it could just be really like just congested and people are just stopped in front of booths.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that they want to buy something at that booth, they just can't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like that at all. I felt like you could just walk very easily and the flow was great.
Yeah.
And there was different types of vendors. It wasn't like you went inside and it was nothing but artists.
Yeah.
Or you go outside and it was nothing but authors. I feel like they spread everybody out to where it was nice that there was different things wherever you look.
Yeah, like a nice variety of people. It was almost like they took just artist alley and picked it up and put it in the library and made it less congested. And so it was really nice.
It was really nice because it was really encouraged that kids come and dress up because they had kids cosplay.
Yeah, they did a costume contest
for the kids. We're so glad we weren't judges
because they were cute as
They were
hell.
so adorable.
Oh my God, that little Captain America that we saw. Oh, so just cute. So and he was walking around. He was so cute and funny because he knew he was Captain America.
And he knew he was cute and adorable and he could get away with stuff.
And he was walking around owning that whole library when he was in the area.
Even the people who were working the event,
oh my gosh, they were dressed up.
They were dressed up. The one girl that helped us a lot, she was
dressed as Nancy Drew.
Yeah, she was just, and the person who, from my understanding, puts on this or heads over this, she was
from Star Trek,
like wasn't Vulcan she? Or something like that. Yeah.
All the nerds out there will have to forgive me. I don't know Star Trek.
Sorry.
But I think that's what she was.
She was something from Star Trek.
But they were all like from a perspective of never having been to this before as an attendee or anything. Yeah. To come in there as a vendor, it can be intimidating because you're like, I don't know what to expect, especially since we're new to the con circuit.
Yeah.
So we come in there not knowing what to expect, but even beforehand, the emails, when I would email with Les back and forth, she was so friendly and always really responsive. And then when we got there and we were trying to find our spot, we can't remember the girl's name, but she was dressed as Nancy Drew. She was super sweet as can be.
Super adorable.
And she helped us get to our booth location. Yeah. She came out. What I really loved too was that the radio station was there.
It was a local radio station.
Yeah, it was the Jessamine County late radio station. And I loved that she came in and said, hey, we're doing interviews with vendors. If you want to go out there, go ahead. It's like a 2 to 3 minute spot or whatever. And that was awesome.
But she also said we weren't doing it with every vendor. Yeah. She was like, I feel like she was handpicking.
She was picking and choosing who. And I was really honored that she chose us.
And I'm wondering if she was the one who got us the invite.
I don't know.
Because I feel like she was very much, I don't know if because she was the first person we met when we walked through the doors.
Yeah.
And that's why. Or I think we were the only author there too.
Or at least one of 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, she was very attentive because she would come up throughout the con, her and Les both. I've noticed both of them were coming up. And hey, are you guys doing good? Do you guys need anything? Les stood there and listened to our pitch about our book, or about your book. I hate saying our book because I didn't write it.
She helps promote it.
I promote it. But like she stood there, she listened to us and everything, and they stopped and they talked to us, seeing how we were doing, see if there was anything really like we needed.
Yeah.
If they could help or anything.
I really appreciated that because
they were
at bigger cons, like we were at, and I am in no way gonna hate on bigger cons because we have been treated with so much kindness by everybody.
Yeah.
But when you have a bigger con, that means there's more vendors to pay attention to.
Yeah, it's harder to get to see everybody.
And it's really nice that
you can't really blame them.
Yeah. But the cons that we have been to though, the ones here in Kentucky, all the vendor contacts, they always send me their number. They'll send it to all the vendors in an email. They're like, if you need us during the con, call them. So that's really appreciated. But because they can't give necessarily the personalized experience the library could.
Yeah.
And so that was a nice like kind of flip on here's my number. It was more like, you know what, we're here. We're walking around.
Do you need anything? Do you need any like extension cords? Do you need chairs? Like what can we help you?
Can we talk about how comfortable those chairs were for a second? It seems like a dumb thing, but
I didn't want to get up. I did not want to stand up for anything. I'm like, I'm good right here. I like my chair.
They were so comfortable.
And honestly, since we did not know what to expect, we literally brought everything ourselves. Yeah. We brought our own table. We brought our own tablecloth. We brought our own chairs.
Yep.
We brought literally everything because we were just told we had a spot. So we're like, okay, we have the spot.
And part of that was I misunderstood when I read the final email with the layout. In the email, it had said that, you know, tables are provided in XYZ areas.
Yeah.
And I misinterpreted that to think that the booth spots, like what we got, didn't include a table. So that's why I was like, well, that's fine. We've got a table. We'll just bring it. And then come to find out, we had this really nice table. We had a nicer
table than what we brought.
Yeah, and it was on wheels.
I think it was even a bigger table than what we brought.
It was bigger,
which
and
was
they had
amazing.
Yeah. And they had the chairs.
They had great chairs.
Honestly,
like super comfortable.
If you're looking at the chairs, I know it sounds dumb to make a big thing about chairs, but when you're sitting at a con for 8 hours or more, you want something comfortable for your ass to sit on.
And I have back issues.
Yeah.
So I can't sit and stuff for long periods of time if it's not comfortable.
But you were all about that.
I was like, this is great. This is great lumbar. This is like...
So kudos to the library for having that awesome, like, just furniture set.
Yeah.
And I love that our space was marked out.
Yeah.
So that we knew this is where we can play.
Yeah.
This is our
area.
Yeah.
We weren't guessing and we weren't intruding on any other vendor.
Yeah.
And no other vendor was intruding on
There
us.
was plenty of room between us, which honestly, so far, the cons we've gone to, we haven't had a problem with spacing.
No.
But I have been to cons as an attendee where there's a huge spacing problem.
Yeah.
And it gives me anxiety looking at it.
Yeah.
Like I'm walking around as a customer going, ah.
Yeah, no, Jessamine County Library, when they put on this comic surge, this was their sixth year.
Sixth year, yep.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they do it phenomenally well.
And the traffic flow, it's not just that the flow itself was good, but there was enough people. I mean, let's just get down to brass tacks here. We sold out.
We like literally sold out. We had nothing. We had nothing to bring home.
So what I had done in preparation for that, because I was waiting on my inventory for Scarefest, and I was going to try to use some of that inventory at Comic Search too, but it didn't get there in time. So in preparation for selling out, which I didn't even really know we would do, but I thought, let's be prepared.
Yeah. Worst best case scenario.
Yeah. I printed out these. So like, this is something I've never seen an author at a con do before. And I thought it was a great idea. We all use Square for payment, or most people, I think, use Square for payment. Square allows you to make your own website. So I did a little trick where I printed out some, just here at home, I bought the business card paper and printed out with my logo on one side and the info on the other side, and with a QR code. And that QR code led you to my Square specific website instead of my author website, so that I could allow purchases of the books after the con, but still at con prices.
Yeah.
Because I felt bad that we sold out. I mean, I'm glad we sold out.
So glad we sold out.
But I felt bad for people who came up to us that I didn't have product to give.
Yeah.
So we would talk about the product, and I'd give them the card with the QR code on it. And for a week after, I said, you can go on here and these will be the same prices that you could buy here at the con, including the bundle discounts.
Yeah.
So they were able to go on and do that, and you could make sales after the fact.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not they actually use it, I mean, that's because a lot of times the people you give the cards to are the people who come up and go, I might be back, or we'll see what all, and that's fine. It was very much a family-oriented event.
It was very a family-friendly thing, which is so cool.
Yes.
And that's great that the library is getting the community involved and giving the community something to do.
And it was really cool too, because
it was a free event. So the only thing that cost you was if you literally bought anything there.
Yeah. To get in for all ages was totally free.
Yeah, there was no fee, there was no admission, there was no parking.
You didn't have to have a pass to come in. You could just walk in.
Walk in.
And the only thing, like you said, was if you buy something from a vendor, that's all you spend your money on.
Yeah.
And let's back up a little bit so that everybody kind of knows what happened. They had a wonderful schedule, of different things they were doing to engage the attendees. And it was like they had a scavenger hunt going on all day. Yeah. They had lightsaber training from a martial artist.
Yeah. They had like there was it costume for a cause or something like that.
Cosplay for a cause.
Cosplay for a cause
was there, and they were raising money.
Yeah, which is a great organization.
So they had like a solid schedule, and there were little. Remember behind us, they did the art.
Yeah, they did.
They would show you how to draw characters or like just fun little things to engage everybody.
To keep the kids.
Yeah,
giving the kids something to do and everything. Yeah, so they're not getting bored and tired, but. And it was nice because you could tell when things were going on because you saw a little bit of break with people. So you were able to kind of take that, like, sit back in we were able to sit back in our chair and, like, get a drink of water. Or
we could go to the bathroom. And, like during one of those breaks is when we did our radio spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a lull.
Yeah, and then we could tell when they got done doing something. Because then we would start seeing like an influx of people again. Yeah. But again, it was never like so congested you could not walk around. It was just a nice. I want to equate it to like a lazy river.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It was. Sometimes you would be with like a bunch of people, but I mean, it never you never stopped moving around.
Yeah, it was constant flow of people, but it was never.
Sometimes it was a little less than others, and but. We never really felt like we couldn't take a break.
And I never
we're done selling because nobody's here.
And I never felt like when I was talking to an attendee, a customer, I never felt like I had to yell over a horde of people behind them. And I also always felt like if I had one person here and you had one person here, we could carry on two separate conversations without stepping over each other.
Yeah, and not over speaking to each other,
and like having to yell because maybe it was too loud. Or
there was music playing that was too loud, or there was so many conversations. Like our conversations did not interfere with the booth next to us conversation.
Yeah, because I didn't even hear.
And I know they had a good amount of people.
The guy over here had a bunch of people.
Yeah, like everybody I felt like had a good group. Would always have like a good group.
Yeah,
but you never heard their conversations or their pitch or whatever.
The whole time,
which I think was kind of sad because I kind of wanted to hear some of their other.
I know. But the whole time we were there, I almost felt like everybody was able to stay in their own bubble and sell their own product without bleeding onto the other. Now I love it when we have table neighbors that are jovial and fun and they will attract people, but this was definitely because our Lexicon neighbor, I love them so much. Nishi Studios, we love you. But this one I felt like it was just such a nice change of pace.
I felt like it was very calm.
Yes.
It wasn't...
It had that library vibe.
It did. It was... I never felt anxious.
But you weren't being shushed.
It's a library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice and relaxing environment.
Very calming.
I will not ever say enough about how welcoming they were.
They were so welcoming. And so... They were very vendor friendly.
Yes.
I guess would be a good way to say it.
Yes.
I feel like they didn't want to set anybody up for failure at all.
Yeah.
I don't feel like, oh great, we want it inside, so they're going to put us right next to the bathrooms where nobody cares about.
Yeah.
And people are just going to pass us by, and if there's a line, they might talk to us.
Yeah.
I mean, it was I feel like they set everybody up to succeed.
I agree. And they did a really fun thing too that I think, I mean, I don't know. I think it'd be cool if other cons did it. Just when you see something you like at a con, you're like, I wish everybody would do this.
Yeah.
But the really cool thing was when they did like, I don't know if it was a prize for the scavenger hunt. I never learned what the prize was, but I know for the costume contests and stuff, they gave away library money. Yeah. So it was like just like Monopoly money, but specifically for the con. And you could go to all the vendors and pay with that. And the library, from a vendor perspective, the library reimbursed you
with real money.
With real money. so that you weren't losing sales.
Yeah.
Because any potential, like say a family comes up and they're like, well, I was going to do it, but you know, my kid wanted this thing that we saw before you. Yeah. Now I don't have the money for your books. Well, now they can come up and go, here's my library cash. And they're not spending a dime.
Yeah.
And that saves a lot of vendors, I think, because people that were on the fence before are now like, oh,
now I can afford
free money.
Yeah.
Like,
I can afford to get
So I thought that was great. And just like with any con, my favorite thing about Comic-Cons period is the support for the indie people, the local people. That is just like, seriously, if y'all don't go to Comic-Cons in your area at least, you should, because it's so good to support.
Or even look at different libraries in your community.
Yeah. But the radio spot we did, that was great. We went out there. The DJ, first of all, was a delight.
It was super great.
And when we were talking, like, he gathered the information. He let us do our quick spot, and he was like, okay, tell us where in the library you're located.
Yeah.
And we were able to very easily, because right in front of us over here was the children's section. Yeah. So I was able to be like, we're literally right in front of the entrance.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Section and everything.
You can find, and we had a big banner. So it was part library marketing, part us marketing.
Yeah.
And I liked that collaboration. And I liked being able to come out there and just say, hey, we're here, come see us. And we actually did get a guy.
We don't know how many sales we got from that.
Yeah, but a guy did come up for sure.
And said, I heard you on, I heard you on the radio. So I wanted to come by and check you guys out.
Yep. And
that could have been a sale we may not have had because of that.
And to me, that's a win.
Yeah.
Even just one.
Yeah.
But like we said, we sold out. So we're so thankful to the Jessamine County Public Library, to Les, to the whole staff.
They were
so thankful.
I cannot say phenomenal enough. They were absolutely phenomenal.
The only critique we had, and this is just, if this is it, then it was, because the only critique we had was they had a food truck, but it was donuts.
Yeah.
And at like 12 or 1, whatever time it was when we went out there, we were like, we do not need sweets. We want like even if it was a little sandwich from Jimmy John's or something. Like, so
we would have just wanted,
or like a little snack of something,
granola bar or something.
Crackers.
We would have our only complaint, and if this is our only complaint, it's literally it's nothing.
Yeah.
They either had food, especially for the vendors, that were like protein bars or bags of chips, something that wasn't so sweet or like dessert.
In the future, consider maybe having a table in a back part of the library where it's like, this is for the vendors. If y'all get hungry, here's like some chips, and we've got some crackers and granola bars.
Or have that donut vendor.
Yeah.
I mean, there was nothing wrong, because I saw plenty of people. I saw tons of people.
And it's great. The kids loved it.
Yeah.
But maybe have another vendor.
Have another vendor that does lunch type food, that does sandwiches or like sandwiches, burgers, fries, or something.
Just something quick to get, and that way the vendors can, when there's a lull or if someone's watching their booth, they can run out and get something, come back
and have something a little bit more that's not so sweet.
Because we were there for the whole day, of course, and I was like, man, I really do want, like, even if it was just a granola bar.
Yeah, like a granola bar.
So that's something.
Granola bar, or like package of crackers or chips or something. But again, if that's our only complaint, that's seriously nothing.
Yeah, seriously, because the whole con was just fabulous.
And that's literally the only thing we complain about. And honestly, that was it.
I would, knowing now how the food situation was, I would next year just bring some snacks of my own. Yeah. But it is food for thought, because going forward, it's a nice little, like, oh, here's like a little thing of whatever or an additional food truck for everybody. So whatever, but like you said, if that's our only complaint,
I mean, literally,
then it was a fantastic day.
We sold out. We cannot complain about selling out. We got there, they made us money.
Yeah. So basically that was our time at Comic Surge. It was a ton of fun. We can't say enough good things about it.
We can't.
So
amazing.
We really hope to come back next year. We really want to. So we're going to wrap things up for this video. Before we go, couple quick announcements. Tomorrow, yes, tomorrow, The Good Shepherd comes out in paperback and hardcover. If you want the audiobook, give it about 2 weeks and that'll be available for purchase. Everything's through my website. Links will be in the description, but it's steviejoauthor.com. You can order all of that. And you definitely don't want to miss The Good Shepherd. It is a pivotal moment in Angel of Death series. And in the comments, if you've already read Angel of Death up to this point, tell me what you think is going to happen in The Good Shepherd and why you think it's so important. And then alternatively, Tasha came up with a good question. If you haven't read Angel of Death yet, if you saw us at Comic Surge, or if you went to Comic Surge, and even if you didn't see us, tell us what you thought of it. Yeah, we want to know, because we like going back, but we want to know from your perspective too. Next week, I'm super excited because we are really going to start diving in. It's a deeper dive than what we've done before. We've touched on some really good things here and there in these first few videos, but now I think it's time. We need to enter the world of Angel of Death. And so next week, be sure you join us for an all-new episode of The Composition of Imagination. We're going to talk all about when and where we are in the series.
Fantastic.
That way you know what's going on. So as always, before we go, we just want to remind everybody that you are loved, you are worth it. Everything you want to do is possible. You can do it if you put your mind to it, and don't be afraid to ask for help. And just go out there, kick ass, and take names like we know you can. And we will see you next week.
Don't forget to check out the first 3 installments in the Angel of Death series, now available at steviejoauthor.com.